It's a very good day from Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort. It's Sunday, the 23rd of March, 2025, and we're back for the first time since opening weekend. And when I say we, I mean me and Steve. Good to be back.
It's always good to be back here.
Yeah, look,
we are stood by infusion, I can assure you. I don't think I'll be doing it today. We did do it last time.
yeah,
I think it's a once a year annual right for me.
so almost like an annual inspection for enthusiasts. We do it once and then it's like, right, we've done it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we did do it on the Sunday of opening weekend, so we didn't actually mention it in a video, but I can promise you we did it. And we did it at the front row. It was all right. I mean, Stephen didn't like it.
It's not for me.
No, I wouldn't mind doing it again at some point. We'll see how it goes.
Jump on now.
I'm good. Not today. They have been doing a lot of work on it though, so I will check it out again in a couple of weeks' time, no doubt. So we might not be starting the day on infusion, but I would imagine that with us being in this area of the park, we will probably go to Big Dipper to start with. If you do enjoy this video here at Pleasure Beach Resort, please hit the like button, it's a little thumbs up below, and please subscribe to Your Experience Guide, the best place for unofficial Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort content. Right, let's go and see if Big Dipper's ready for us. We started our day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort with a ride on the famous Big Dipper in its 102nd season here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. That's mad, isn't it, really?
It's getting on a bit, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the ride on it today.
Yeah.
It's a little bit slower than usual, but I did find it wasn't really rough compared to how it usually was. You still have the bouncy around by the Big Blue, but I think it's always done that. It's always a part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, like we say, it's a 102-year-old roller coaster in August. That's when it gets to that milestone. It's going to be a bit bumpy. You can't be expecting like a Wickerman smooth experience on it. It's an old wooden coaster, but I don't want to see steel track on these classic wooden coasters because that would spoil sort of the characteristics of them. But my tip now for Pleasure Beach at the minute, I don't know how long this will last for, is probably do Big Dipper early, because for probably now for a long time, it's coming up to a year, it has been on a one train service. Now we don't know how much longer that's going to go for, if it's going to be all season, or if we get to the summer it'll go on 2 trains, but for a large period of time, in the 2024 season, it was on a one train service, and obviously it started this season on a one train service too, which to be fair is not uncommon. The rides do start on low capacity at the start of the season before the main season starts, but at the minute, if you're thinking of visiting Pleasure Beach between now and Easter, I would definitely recommend doing Big Dipper at opening time. It usually opens at bang on 11 or 10 when the park opens, so yeah, get to it early. And someone did make me laugh the other day, and on one of our videos someone said we should do merchandise that says we don't know where we're going next, but we'll let you know when we get there. Well, that's the situation we're in now, so we don't know where we're going next, but we'll definitely let you know when we get there.
That's the big one going around, so
okay, we do know where we're going next.
We're going to wander that way, I think.
We do know where we're going next. We're going to the big one, so we'll see you there.
There's no queue.
None at all?
I'm not complaining.
Hit your head, obviously you haven't got
That was ace.
Yeah, it was.
That was really good.
The big one has good days and really good days, and sometimes it can be a little bit sluggish in the wind, but today it's not a very windy day and it is absolutely flying around the track. It is just, I know it's not for everyone, but for me it's still one of the best coasters in the UK. It's just so fun when it's running like it is today. It's flying around the turnaround on the return leg. You're getting little pops of airtime. You're not getting Magnum XL 200 airtime, but you're getting little pops of it. We pretty much walk straight on it. Fantastic, I love it.
Fantastic, loved it. It's one of the better days for it today.
Yeah.
No wind. The sunshine is not out.
No.
But it's still, it's got some intent, so I'm looking forward to doing that later on. I have a feeling the last hour of the day, we might just be lapping it.
Is it going to be the big one challenge? How many laps can you do
Oh,
in an hour?
I hope so. I do like the big one. It's one of those rides that I can re-ride as well.
Yeah.
So I love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I think we'll be back later on to have another go.
Absolutely. And for now, it's going to be the triple arrow challenge. So we've done one of the 3 arrow coasters here. We're now at Steeplechase, which now opens at 12 o'clock, not 11 for the park. So yeah, that'll be 2 of 3, and then Steve's not happy about it, but we'll do Revolution after that. Well, I might be. I don't know if Steve will, but yeah, Steeplechase next. I won.
You won.
I knew I was going to win. That's why
I took the early lead.
you did. If you want to beat your friends on Steeplechase, go on the middle lane, the green lane, because you will win. Like 9 times out of 10, the green lane wins because it's got the second lift hill. It's significantly faster than all the others. So little Pleasure Beach tip for you there. But
It's great.
Steeplechase, it is what it is. I've kind of got to like it now because my son, who's coming up to 7, he's just about tall enough to do it, and he did it for the first time the other week. We ended up lapping it and he loves it, so I've got to learn to like it because I'm going to be doing it on every visit now, so it is what it is. But we are stood in front of what was the Gallopers. It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Shame in a way. It's a shame that it's gone in a way, but how often did I ride it?
Well, this is it.
Not very often, so I think that the ridership numbers didn't count up for it. I hardly ever saw it moving, to be fair. There's
No.
only an operator and it idle, so it's a shame to see it go, but I feel like it had its time.
Yeah.
I was just thinking what would be good for this space. I do think they could turn the organ that was in here into its own attraction.
Yeah.
Have a little seating area in here. And there's somewhere dry to sit when it's rainy days, like we get at Blackpool. Like today, it's raining now and again. It's trying to, but it is holding off at the moment. But it's just great to get a bit of shelter while you're waiting for your friends on the big one. If you had like a bar nearby or something, it'd be great, wouldn't it? To
Yeah,
have
it
the
would.
organ going, and I don't even know if the organ's still in there. Hopefully it is.
I mean, the box is there, but
Yeah, I would turn it into its own attraction.
yeah, same.
Yeah,
I would.
why have it closed? Like, just open it up for people to come in and just enjoy the dry space and the open area.
Yeah, I agree. I was just saying to Steve off camera, I think it'd be great to have like a seating area, maybe get a little like Big One burger like stand where people can grab a burger. Something that would be really good in the summer is like, obviously the park gets really busy on the late night ridings. If you've got extra seating with somewhere where you can grab a beer or a soft drink and a burger or a hot dog and then just sit and watch the big one, and Steeplechase, Revolution, Nickelodeon Streak, Icon, all going round you, because like the building, it's got, you can see out the windows. I mean, perfect. It's somewhere you can shade from the sunshine, somewhere you can shelter from the rain. The endless possibilities for whilst they figure out what they are going to do with this space, because I've no idea if they're going to put anything in this space, knock this building down or repurpose it. I really don't know, but yeah, the Gallopers has gone. Right, next up is going to be the Revolution, completing what is quite an easy challenge really, the Triple Arrow roller coaster challenge. Steve's still not sure about Rev, but I think he's going to do it. Are you going to do it this time? Sound like that guy at the game stall. Are you going to do it this time?
I'm going to do it this time.
You're going to do it this time. He's going to do it this time. And yeah, you might have noticed in the video as well, something we forgot to mention, Steeplechase is on 3 lanes. Doesn't happen often, but it's good to see. But yeah, Revolution time. You'll be fine.
You want to watch where you're walking?
We've just been on the Revolution, and before we even walk down the steps, I just want to give a big shout out to the ride crew on the Revolution for being great today, and also to Rachel and her family from the Maydeen as well. Great to see everyone, and it was good to get on the Rev. Right, we better walk, Steve. Right, we're back on the ground. What did you think of Rev?
I'm glad I'm back on ground level. I'm slaying my words, so I'm a bit nervous. I do like the Revolution. It offers a fantastic ride experience, some really good G-forces, particularly the going backwards. if you like that tummy twisting sensation, you tend to get that quite a lot on Revolution when you go backwards. I don't know if you're the same, Scott, but
yeah.
I do get a bit of a queasy feeling. Some people that might be too much for, but I quite like it. You don't tend to get that much for me anymore on coasters, so it's nice to have that experience. I don't do the Revolution as much as I used to anymore. It's not because of the stairs. I just don't think I can hack the coaster as much as I used to be able to. That queasy sensation, as much as it is good, as you get older it gets a little bit harder to deal with. I don't know.
Yeah, I enjoyed that, you know. It's yeah, it wasn't difficult to do the triple arrow challenge today. It never is, because obviously they're all next to each other. You can just do them when they're pretty quiet, and today is a quiet day at the Pleasure Beach, but it's kind of what you would expect on a March Sunday, start of the season. Weather's been a bit dodgy in terms of the forecast. It's been one day it was predicted to be sunny, then it's raining, and it's like, well, what's it going to be? So
today's doing both.
Yeah, we're overlaid, like I am roasting, but it's still a grey sky, and it could rain any time. But yeah, it's good to have got on them. We've done 4 coasters in what, an hour and a half.
We've got on loads of coasters.
I mean, we've been dawdling as well. If we were just charging round and weren't vlogging, we probably would have done 6 or 7 by now. That's how quiet it is today.
Yeah, we're not rushing.
No need. We could literally be back here next week. So it's just good to have a day like this at Pleasure Beach where you are sort of chilled, but you're getting loads done. And in terms of Pleasure Beach's sort of like evolution, as we've seen from the season launch recently, Pleasure Beach are evolving, the park is changing, so realistically, if you do like steeplechase, you do like the Rev, probably is worth coming and doing them, because we just don't know how much longer they're going to have left. We're seeing all over the world aerodynamics roller coasters being removed, and Pleasure Beach are going to have the same costs to run theirs as, say, Six Flags or other parks all around the world. So, as the old saying goes, we probably have to use them, or we might lose them. And remember, a lot of the decisions that are being made here are data driven, so make sure you scan your e-ticket when you're going on the rides, which is why we've got this today. It's much easier than using a phone and asking a staff member to just scan you through. So yeah, good to get on it, and as I always say, I don't know where we're going to go next, other than I need a bottle of Dr. Pepper. What is the worst that could happen with that? Fall over something. But yeah, we'll see you when we get where we're going next. Shout out to Alton from the Westco as well. We're seeing lots of people from Blackpool hotels today, so make sure you check them out on booking.com or on their website. So great to see lots of people here at the Pleasure Beach today. And of course, this is a shout out to everybody that watches the channel. We appreciate you. Thank you. Now it's time for that Dr. Pepper.
We've just come into the ice lounge, and we've managed to get 2 bottles of pop and a Millionaire's shortbread for under £10 with the season pass discount.
Can we get a launchpad update off Steve?
Launchpad?
Yeah.
It's coming this year.
It is. Are you ready for lift off?
I am. I can't wait. I've got quite a bit more work to do.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it's going to make Easter.
No, I'm not. Interestingly, at the season launch, they mentioned that there is a Pleasure Beach fan club event on the 17th of May. So that would suggest that it'll be open by then.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if it's going to be the first May bank holiday.
Oh, could be.
Because it's not too far away. It's not too far after Easter, to be fair. So it's what, about a month and a half away from this point. So
yeah, the scaffolding, I did think that was going to come down a little bit quicker than it has been.
Yeah.
And they're about just above the halfway point on the tower. So we've got to get all that down. But then it's not just getting the scaffolding down. They've then got to put the gondola back on, and you've got your pistons with the cables that need all reattaching and hooking up. And obviously you've got to test it and make sure it works. So there's a bit of work going on the compressor building next to it as well.
Yeah.
On the roof. So I think that's more cosmetic than actual doing the compressors. But they've got a lot of work to do. Hopefully they'll do it. It's tough to get it done when the park's open, but they have got the closed days during the week still. So hopefully they'll get that scaffolding down and get the get it all.
I think it's 2 more weeks until they go daily opening.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, I reckon they'll be in a better place in a couple of weeks' time. It's about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we last year. So
yeah.
And there's been a lot of work since then. So it is progressing. It is progressing, but I just don't know if it's going to be in time for Easter.
No. Obviously, Pleasure Beach will give an official update when they've got it, but I think, like I say, with the fan club event being scheduled for the 17th of May, I think there is a fair chance for the first bank holiday in May, but obviously we don't know for sure at this point. And you may be able to hear in the background, I don't know, but Valhalla is currently testing It's worth noting at this point of the season, Valhalla is opening at 2 o'clock. It is a 5 o'clock close. However, I can see both sides of this. I can see that people would want to go on it at any point of the day, but also when the weather's a little bit unpredictable, are you going to go on it at 11 o'clock when the park opens? I know some people would. I know some people like to do it first boat of the day. For me, I'd rather do it at park close than earlier on, so I do understand why it's not opening with the park, but also I see the other side of it, that obviously with it only being open for 3 hours,
yeah,
you're going to get a mad rush for it. So what do you think?
I do think it's the best choice to open it a bit later when the weather ain't great this time of year. Like today it's quite warm, but I still don't think it's quite Valhalla weather. You just get too wet on it, that's the issue.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, it's a shame that there's no way of making the water a little bit less crazy, and then people probably ride it a lot more. But like, it is a drencher, so if you do like to get soaked on a ride, then, you know, knock yourself out. You're definitely going to get absolutely soaked on it. It's probably one of the wettest water rides out there, with only the really big soakers like Tidal Wave at Fort Park. I was going to say Drenched at Oakwood, and of course Popeye's over in Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
To be fair, I thought the boat was sinking when I was on that thing last. It was
Well, what I would say is, at this time of the year, I don't think it's an issue, but I think once we get into like Easter holidays, I think that we'll hopefully see it opening either with the park or a little bit after, rather than at 2 o'clock. Maybe on a late night ride, and I can kind of understand it being just laughing at someone off camera, doing a little jig over there. I can understand it like at this time of the year, but I think on a late night, or maybe even on a late night riding when they're open till 10,
yeah,
but
definitely.
like when it gets a bit warmer, when we get to the Easter holidays, I think we probably hope to see it opening a little bit earlier. Yeah. But whilst it is close, clearly the Vikings are boiling the kettle in there, because the mist is going everywhere today.
Yeah, the mist effect is quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, so they must have a good brew on the go.
Maybe it's cold water, we've got hot water in there today. I've never seen it quite as misty as that, but yeah, the mist is on full tilt.
Kettle's boiled. Next up, flying machines. Looking forward to this.
Are you the captain?
Yeah.
Yeah,
certainly.
you know what, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen your flying skills on the PlayStation.
They're not good. They're not good. You don't want me being the captain of anything that flies. It's not good.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It's a good ride, this one. It's usually not too long a wait, even if it's busier days. So
nobody here today, really.
And it's actually the oldest ride here at Pleasure Beach, I believe.
And one of the oldest in the world.
Yeah.
Right, let's go.
River Caves.
We are in a very significant area of Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort right now, because obviously there we've got the River Caves, which the reimagining is starting soon, and then behind Steve, a damn good ride's going there. So come straight to you, mate. What do you think about all the news?
It's been good, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The news that broke on the season preview event, absolutely amazing. I think it's exactly what they need.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Just, you know, if they need to hand over the bulldozer, I'll come in and help. Because I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a fantastic addition to the park. I've only done a few of the gyro swings, the Intamin ones, and there is a significant difference between an Intamin gyro and say like the Zamperla or even the Hus variants.
Yeah.
This is not as good. But I'm so glad it's going to be the spectacular fountain show is about to begin.
Yeah.
They offer a much better experience.
Yeah.
The Intamin ones do. They're very how to word it? Yeah, but not too intense. But like they get that zero floaty time perfectly.
Yeah. You get the air time.
Yeah.
You get the force, and well, it's just going to look incredible alongside the big one. Yeah, I'm excited. I've been saying for a lot about your seagull attack.
Taken out.
I've been saying for a long time, I'd love to see an Intamin gyro swing. It's happening. It's going to be one of the massive ones, 40-seater. What was it? 136 foot. It's going to swing up to.
Like that, yeah.
And then just across the way, River Caves is being reimagined too. So yeah, obviously we've all got to bear with Pleasure Beach, but clearly they're going to start investing into what they have and new stuff as well. So whilst yes, people want to see lots of new stuff, it can't all happen at once, but things are finally happening. Launchpad, then the gyro, then River Caves, and who knows whatever next. So it is a good time to be a fan of the Pleasure Beach, absolutely. So yes, there's going to be a full series about this place behind us for the gyro swing coming soon to the channel. Going to be starting that soon, but for now, it's time to go and find something to eat. Something that we talked about a lot at Alton Towers last week. So let's see how it goes in this park.
Did you get chips?
Yeah. So last week at Alton Towers, we discussed food quite a lot. And we complained that you couldn't get a burger and chips anywhere. Well, in Blackpool, you can get a burger and chips just about anywhere. And today, we went to the barbecue burger place opposite Avalanche. And for a burger meal with season pass discount, it costs around £10.57. So I've got a cheeseburger, chips, and a soft drink with that. I thought it was all right. It wasn't like a gourmet burger, but it was decent. It was well cooked. Chips were fine, or fries. And the drink was fresh and decent as well. So all good on that front, in my opinion. Let's see what Steve thought.
It was alright actually. I just got the cheeseburger on its own. It was just under £7, I think it's £6.95 with the season pass discount. Yeah, it was nice. It tasted like a proper barbecue burger as well, which was really nice. But yeah, it's nice to try something a little bit different here. I know that the food here can be a little bit, but like Loki's is closed today, unfortunately. So next best thing, I think the barbecue burger place is a good shout out. I've been told I need to give Beach Burger a try again, but when I tried that about
2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say.
You didn't like it. Let's leave it at that, eh?
It did a very short journey and it wasn't into me. Oh dear.
But yeah.
That wasn't great, but I enjoyed that today. I definitely would rate it and do it again.
Well, we've had some food. We've been on the Pleasure Beach Express, choo-choo, oh yeah. And now it's time for Icon. Are you excited?
I enjoy a multi-launch roller coaster.
You do?
I do.
Even a Mach one?
Even a Mach one.
Yeah. So there's still no Enzo on Icon, which for me is a great thing because it actually, the queue moves a lot quicker without it. So I do like Enzo, but I do like Icon without it. So it's a bit of a strange one because I do think Enzo's the best way, mate, to enjoy Icon. That's the weird thing.
I do actually quite like Enzo. I normally do it once a year.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to doing it later in the year.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure we'll tell you guys all about it when we do it.
Yeah, I mean, I have got a full video made about what Enzo is and where you can get on it and everything, but until it's back open, there's no point uploading it. But that will be coming on the channel hopefully sometime soon. But for now, let's go and do Icon the old way.
That was ace, that.
Well, there you go. Didn't even need to ask you. So, you did back row on Icon.
I did the back row, you guys did the front row.
Yeah.
I had some amazing G-forces. It wasn't quite as good as it was last year. I remember saying last year, towards the end of the season, I said, that's the best ride I've ever had on Icon. It's not quite running. Sometimes they do need running in a bit more. It is early season. But like, it was still very good. I really enjoyed it.
The most important question I've got is, how are the operations?
Very good.
Yeah.
Extremely good.
Yeah. You notice when Enzo's not on.
Yeah, it's almost walk on.
Yeah.
Like, they could do better. They need the third train.
Yeah.
Obviously, unfortunately, it's the Enzo train, so it wouldn't be the same, but it actually slow things down. But if they had the third train the same as the others, they'd be utilising that, and that would be completely walk on.
Like 2018, 2019 style, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The station's empty most of the time.
Yeah.
On two trains, which means that you need a third.
They don't need a third today. Definitely not. But in the summer, you notice the difference, like on a day like today when it's on two trains, no Enzo. If it was on 3 trains today with Enzo, we'd be waiting longer than we have done on 2 trains with no Enzo. It's just because Enzo causes a little bit of chaos in the station with, obviously it rules out the back 2 rows. People still think they can ride it when they haven't got an Enzo ticket, and it just causes mass chaos, like we've said many a time since 2022 when they put it in. it is the best way, in my opinion, to experience Icon, but unfortunately that comes at a cost. But at the minute we don't have to worry about that, and the operations are great, the staff are chucking the trains out, the staff are really friendly, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Front row, for me Icon is a front row coaster, but if you can get the back row as well, that's decent. And obviously you did the back row, we did the front row.
Yeah.
So
I loved it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Really good. I do agree though. I think that it's not fair on the staff to have to some people who are standing in that bay don't realise that that seat's any different from any other seat. So they're going to get a little bit peed off when the gates open and they're being told don't go on.
Yeah.
So I can see why the staff probably get a little bit demotivated by it, because there's nothing worse than, you know, having people who you want to have a good time,
Yeah.
not understanding that you can't let them on because that seat spins. Because the person who's kicking off doesn't probably realise that seat spins.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a catch-22. But
it really is, because like I've said many a time, Enzo is great, but it just causes a bit of chaos. But on days like today when Enzo's not in use, you see just how good Icon is from an operational point of view. And it reminds me like when it was first here, 2018, 19, and early, well obviously 2020 and 2021. It makes a massive difference when Enzo's not in operation. But anyway, moving on.
are you filming in 4K today?
Yeah, why?
My head's really shiny.
I know. I think. Hold on a minute. Have you put? Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
I've been shining it.
I was going to say, have you got some like car polish?
I don't know. This seems really shiny today in the camp. It's not even sunny.
Right, on to the next thing, whatever that may be.
Big one.
All day.
Big one for the rest of the day. It's running as good as it is doing.
There's 90 minutes left.
That's where I'm going. Let's see how many goes we can get on the big one in 90 minutes.
Deal.
Let's go.
As we are into the last hour here at Pleasure Beach, we have had one go on the big one already. We waited about 10 or 15 minutes for it, and we are just going to try and do it as many times as we can in this last hour. There is about 2 trains worth of people in the station, so it is now getting quieter and quieter, and as you can probably see behind, there is not many people in the queue. How many is that, Steve? Is it 4 or 5 laps on the big one?
We're just going around and around.
Yeah.
It was 4, wasn't it?
Yeah. There has been a little bit of a delay because it did do one of its overspeeds, which means that he stopped on the last but one brake run, which is about a 10-minute fix for them usually. But once he got that sorted, it was back open again. Nothing to worry about. It happens on all rides. Every ride in the world has an e-stop every now and then. The big one has its moments, and it had one. So that caused a little bit of a delay. I don't think we're going to get 10 on it now. Not even close, but we've probably got time for at least one more, so we're going to jump in the queue one more time, do it again. A couple of laps on the big one today is exactly what I needed, and I'm really, really happy to have done it as many times as I have today. It's just, sometimes it's just really nice to come here, enjoy it, make use of the season pass, and have a great time at the Pleasure Beach. So time for an almost sunset ride on the big one. Well, that is the end of our day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort. I'm still training myself to say Pleasure Beach Resort, especially when I'm writing stuff on social media, but overall, I've had a fantastic day. What about you, Steve?
I've loved it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's just been a lovely day. The weather was a bit hit and miss this morning, and then now it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's
typical.
Really, really nice. The sun is just beautiful.
Somewhere over there.
The big one's still going.
Yeah.
It's flying today. Really enjoyed all the goes on the big one. There was one where it was a bit slower after it had a bit of a stoppage.
Yep.
But it soon got its speed back up again, so absolutely loved it. Yeah, I've just enjoyed being here today.
Yeah.
Just enjoyed the day, had a good time, and can't wait to come back.
It's days like today why I renew my season pass. Those days where you just think a few days in advance, I want to go Pleasure Beach. So you message your friend or you speak to your family and say, let's go Pleasure Beach. And that's where the value of the pass comes in, because you don't have to think about, oh, I've got to pay to get in. You just pay for your fuel, pay for your food, and you're here. You can have a good time. You do as many or as little rides as you want. We've done quite a lot more than what we normally do today, actually.
Yeah, I've done loads of rides.
It's kind of reminded me of being like 18 when I just used to come here and charge around and do all the rides as much as possible. Obviously, we've not documented them all, but we've been on a lot today, and I'm really glad of it. I really needed to just lap the big one today. I felt like I really needed it lately, so I've enjoyed that a lot. And yeah, I'm looking forward to being back here again whenever that may be. I know I'm coming back with family soon, so it is a happy place. On days like this, you can just really enjoy it without really trying to force anything. You just wander around, have fun, do the rides. No shows yet, it's not July, but just the old theme tune, the ride, the shows came to mind then. But yeah, it's a great place on days like this, it really is. Any particular highlights?
That's a big one. I already mentioned, yeah, big one's definitely the highlight. I think that the vibe of the park is something different this year. Yeah. I can't put my finger on it, but it's in a good way. Yeah. It's in a good way. So, yeah, I quite like how the park's been a lot more open with everyone as well. Yeah. I think things are looking up, especially with the announcement of the gyro. It's just giving that bit of enthusiasm back into the place again. Yeah. Because I think it was going a little bit stale. Like, not a lot really happened for a very long time, and it's like, oh, we've revamped Valhalla, that's great, but what's new? You know, yeah. We're revamping Ice Blast, that's great, but what's new? Yeah. And I think it's just good to see something new on the horizon, and I can't wait to see what they do. And obviously we're going to be covering it with, as it develops and things move on. It looks like construction's imminent. Yep. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to seeing that progress.
I just want to give a big shout out to all the staff. Like, everywhere you've walked in the park today, staff friendly, helpful, good customer service, efficient on the rides as much as they can be. They've all done a great job, and there's been a nice feel about it today. Like, regular guests just seem happier, we're happier because the park are being more open about stuff, and it feels like they've turned a corner, and let's hope that they keep going down that same road that they've started. I get that there's ride closures, I get that they've made losses or announced losses from last year, I get that, but there is just, like, I've been visiting this place my whole life. I've been a season pass holder for 20 years, and there's just a different feel about it this year compared to last year and the year before it. It just feels different in a more positive and happier way to visit. But we can't ignore the things like the ride closures and the fact that they've posted losses. These things are happening as well, but generally it just feels like a better place to visit this year. Yeah. That may or may not change in the summer, I don't know, I hope not. I hope it continues to be a great place to visit. Hopefully there's things that need to improve on, like the ride capacity on stuff, but in the minute, the one train ops are not a massive issue while the park's quiet. There'll be an issue over Easter, but at this point, they're not an issue.
Yeah, I think they've priced it right at the moment. Yeah. I think it's £30 now if you book online. That's a really good price. That's one of the best theme park prices you're going to get for going to a park these days. I think that's probably about right with the stuff that is closed at the moment. I think they've taken that on board and they've gone for a little bit lower this year. I think that's the right choice for them. Hopefully it'll get them a bit more footfall. I just hope they have the capacity there to cope with it. Yeah. And I do hope people do come, because it is a fantastic park, and I'd hate to see it have to close like Oakwood recently. Yeah. I would hate to see that happen here. So come and support Pleasure Beach this year. Maybe wait until they get the capacity on in April, but yeah.
I really do think we are in use it or lose it territory, not just for Pleasure Beach, I think for everywhere, Alton Towers included. I think we really are in that kind of territory. We've seen everywhere struggling, everywhere's making cuts. Parks are posting losses, companies are posting losses, so the best way to sort of see them getting back to where we want them to be is go to them. That doesn't mean that we've got to go like, yeah, everything is awesome when it's not, but still, go and spend money in them, support them, and they'll improve. That's the only way they'll get better.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, I think I love theme parks. I'll support them all. You know, like, I think that it is important that you come and just check it out maybe once. Yeah. If you considering it, come to Pleasure Beach and have a day out. So
yeah. So that's all from us here on Your Experience Guide today at Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It's a little thumbs up below. Please comment, please subscribe. Many thanks for watching. See you next time.